Good morning. It is 3 a.m. here. I am live streaming before I've even had my first cup of coffee. What's up, Strika, Shocky, Ape, Leo? I didn't see anyone streaming this KVK. I was up. Figure what the hell. I'll wake up with you guys. I'm still a bit groggy. Just rolled out of bed about a half hour ago. But it's good to be here. Good to be streaming. Happy to see y'all. Once again, we are watching the KVK with 2429, 1875, 2268. Last night when I was going to bed, and still 2268 had pushed underneath the ziggurat here. They were burning some 2429 flags in this general location south of the zig. It looks like 2429 has woken up and they are starting to push back in this area. We've got some 2268 flags on fire here. Looks like Water Camp is also awake. I've got some other 2268 flags burning here. 2268 is protecting their territory, as is 166 in this area right here. Over here, 2268 flags are burning. They are back building. This flag is repairing for 2268 up here. 2429 has, in the last half hour, 45 minutes or so, taken their second level 8 pass. That said, 875 built over here, and they are now in Kingsland this way also. So they still have a presence here. They have some territory here. The Abu Alliance, and then coming through this pass 8. So that it's not over yet. Not over yet, but 2429 is burning this flag here, which will cut the pink territory to the south. In any case, we'll just hang out and watch the action for a while, right? Morning, Sherry. And Leo says it's Germans in the chat. 10 a.m. in Europe. So we should get a lot of Europeans in here. What's up, Manny Rock? What's my plan? I'm working on my archer gear as quickly as I possibly can. I generally rally with archers, so we've got a level 3 helmet, a level 2 chest, level 3 weapon, level 2 legs, level 4 for march speed boots, level 4 dagger, level 2 ring. Got another ring. I can take that up another level once we have the materials for it. I also tend to garrison from time to time, so we are slowly working on our garrison gear for infantry. Level 2 hope cloak, level 3 gloves, level 3 pants, level 3 boots. I know this is not the meta top of the best, but it's what I got. What I got, and it works for garrison. We tend to swarm everything that comes at our flags anyway, so it's just got to hold out for a short period of time. How's 2268 above the zig looking? That's a good question. Let's take a gander. So I think this is 66 above the zig, right? Or is that 68? Yeah, that flag is burning there. That flag is burning there. So, I think 2429 was fine letting some of the flags burn down here. They did put up some resistance. They had 1 or 2 or 3 players swarming down rallies, so it was not easy for 2268 to get those flags on fire last night. But they managed to burn through some flags. I think it was just... 2429 has been focused up here. I think they know if they get 1875 out of Kingsland that it's pretty much game over. At least in my opinion. and I told Plato last night too. I'm like, dude, you guys pushed so far into water on that first night, and then y'all went offline. And some of the responses I got in his chat were quite funny. Dude, people gotta sleep. I'm like, well, no shit. I understand the human body needs sleep, but you know, this is Kingsland. Maybe lesson learned. You know, arrange some sleep schedules for people in Kingsland in the first 24 hours of Kingsland. I mean, I get it. You want everyone online when the pass opens, but you can't push so far into enemy territory and be real close to getting them out of Kingsland just to have everyone go to bed and lose all that territory in the next 6 hours, you know. But I mean, all these kingdoms have done they're putting on a show. They really are. And, you know, even if you lose a KVK, if you have fun and you learn something from it, it's not a complete loss. One of the things I have learned from multiple KVKs is Earth Camp is jinxed. 2 of the KVKs we lost, the Earth Camp we allied with, and they had a civil war in the middle of KVK. Our last KVK, we were in Earth Camp, and the toxic kingdoms that were in our Earth Camp last KVK just, it didn't work out. I think there's been one KVK that I can recall where the Earth Camp has not had issues. And I'm not saying 1875, or I'm not saying 2268, 1166 are having problems by any means. Just in the seed I play in, C and D, Earth Camp is jinxed. What does Lunar New Year have to do with everyone logging off at the same time, Leo? I don't get it. Oh my God, more coffee, please. They must be going to repair this flag soon. They're starting to fill it up. So that fort's burning. That fort's not touched yet? Oh, no, it's covered by the flag. That fort's burning again. Flag's burning there. Building flags here. Just back building flags, even more here. I mean, they're trying to, you know, do what they can, back build those flags until their players come back online. Does 2268 have a lot of players from Asia, though? And let's take a peek quick. Flag's still burning. Okay, let's take a peek quick at 2377's KVK. I think they pretty much had this locked down yesterday, an hour after Kingsland opened, but yeah. Game over. Oh, true. 1166, I think you're correct there. mean, Water Camp did really well pushing back yesterday. About this time for the next 3 or 4 hours, they were super solid. But they seemed to disappear yesterday for a while themselves. So, I mean, if there's one piece of advice I would give to these kingdoms is, recruit players specifically in that downtime period. If you get 2 players, relatively the same power level, relatively the same gear, same experience, and one player is online during your downtime, that's the way I would go anyway. Because if 2268 didn't lose all that territory when they went offline yesterday, they would be in a much better position today, as with their allies. One could say the same about Water Camp, though. If Water didn't lose all that territory during their downtime, I mean, it goes both ways, right? I mean, Kingsland is won or lost by who can push the enemy harder, who can burn more flags during their enemy's downtime. Who can manage their downtime better and play better defense during that period. It goes a long, long way. That flag burn, I can't even see it. So maybe 2268 learned from attacking 2429 flags, and they're just swarming down the rallies as soon as the rallies get there. Because there was enough field presence here from Water Camp to take that flag down. It's amazing what 2 or 3 Krakens, even 1 or 2 Krakens, can do when a flag is attacked. If you got a couple people that can keep that flag topped off, and 1 or 2 Krakens that can just swarm down the rally, my guess is Pro was swarming down the rally. Maybe Cookie. What's up, Reaper? Cherry says some kingdoms do really well with one time zone. They just go super hard in their uptime. But only a few kingdoms do that well. I would agree with that statement. And swarming to the rally, I multiple times. We would have a flag attacked, and I would hear MF on voice comm say, okay, you guys just keep filling the flag, I'll swarm the rally down. And he would send march after march after march at that rally. Didn't give a shit about any trades whatsoever. And our enemies would post report after report after report in Lost Kingdom chat saying, haha, look at our trades. And MF would be like, you really think I care about trades? Did you burn our flag? No, we win. I don't know. I like my archer rallies. If you control the field and are willing to swarm a flag with the rally and keep that rally full, I think you can do quite well with archer rallies. Just my experience, though. And again, I play in a different seed kingdom than many players do. A lot of times the kingdoms we face are not willing to swarm flags or swarm rallies. They don't want to take deads. Whereas I'm very willing to swarm flags and swarm rallies. That's how I have fun. True. Just send the ball straight to swarm in the rally, although we don't have the... Exactly. Hubs, I don't like to take deads. I want to be 2 million power. You got a ways to go, Hubs. You're not that far off of your highest power ever. And you swarm a ton of shit. That 1.5 year break that you took from the game just kind of killed you. What's up, Mr. Smoked Turkey? I have yet to do Race Against Time or Protect the Supplies, whatever we call this. I don't know if I even want to. It's gold heads, but I hate that event. I get so frustrated when the stupid barbs spawn right on top of the caravan. And it's a lot of effort, right? I mean, I see a lot of people porting next to a river, porting next to a mountain range, so that barbs have to go, around the river or around the mountains, and it buys them more time. But in the same respect, sometimes that hurts you because it spawns the next set of barbs before the first set has even gotten there. The 1875 stable in Kingsland, they are getting pushed hard. Their second pass was taken up here within the last hour or so. They have flags along this flag line here burning. They did set up a new fort over here and have built into Kingsland through this level 8 pass. They have some area here from a farm alliance. So they've still got territory here. It will very soon be cut, though. This flag has got only 3,000 hit points left on it, and that makes all this purple territory beneath it go gray. Pink territory, whatever color you want to call this. I mean, anytime you can get gold heads from a event like Protect the Supplies, it's good value, but just requires a lot of time and a lot of effort. And if you got to do it multiple times, right? The first time you got to do it let me grab this bastion before I forget. First time you got to do it at a certain level, and then you got to do it again, and it just, yeah. If you really want to place in the top, you got to do it on Legend, which is a complete and total pain in the ass. Although I do have 6 marches, and I was able to get the Mountain Warfare and the Conqueror as well today, so our tech is very close to being done. Where was I up here? Yeah, I mean, if you can't place in the top to get the gold heads, I don't know that the rewards are worth it. You have a point there. Yeah, very valid point, Leo. Looks like 24-29 got this, but you never know if they go to sleep at some time, for example, on Monday. Yeah, I mean, if they took off Friday for the pass, but they didn't take a day off on Monday as well, maybe they got to go back to work. Maybe they call in sick. God only knows. I think historically in the United States, this coming Monday, the day after the Super Bowl, tomorrow, is the day where employers receive the most sick calls. I know when I managed a Pizza Hut, and prior to that when I managed a McDonald's, I would schedule extra people the day after the Super Bowl just because I knew at least 4 to 6 people would call in sick. That flag burned. Plug your ears. Time to get ready for a birthday party. Happy birthday, Hubs. If you've had 204 birthdays this year, you're an old man. I'll be around after Arco Osiris. I'm taking a nap, though. We have Arc in 4 hours? 4 hours, 50 minutes? It's like a fairly decent, well, okay, I take that back, right? They got us on kill points, so we're going to be facing some tough players, but 20 players to 16 players. It'll be interesting. We shouldn't lose it, but it depends. Do all of our players show up? Do they execute the plan properly? We'll see. How's it going, Shocky? Hats off to Apo, who streamed for 24 straight hours. Plato, I think he was streaming when passes open for a good 16, 18 hours. I couldn't do that. Once I hit 2 or 3 hours, I just start to burn out. My throat hurts from talking all the time. Yeah, that KVK looks pretty good. Congratulations. Can I get it? Can I get it? Yes! Yes! Yes, I think that's the first one I was able to actually see and grab as soon as it popped up. Other than the little presents I threw out there. I mean, 2268 has more players online today at this time than I think they did yesterday. Then again, I wasn't watching this side of the map at this time yesterday. I was watching Apo's stream and watching his fights on the other side of the map. So I could be wrong. Morning, Tian. 23? What's 23? 23, 23rd like? Thank you, sir. 34 watching, 23 likes. If you haven't done it yet, swarm that like button. Costs you absolutely nothing. Helps me out tremendously. Short of donating money, that is the best way you can support the stream, is liking and subscribing. It's 100% free. Are you going to rally that flag again? This is an early stream. Yeah, you probably just waking up, huh, Matt? It's so what, 10 or 11 a.m. there? 9 a.m. 3:30 here, a.m. I do have to find a good spot on the map here in about a half an hour and just step away for a minute. I got about 5 minutes of work I got to do. I got to download and send a report to a couple of my clients. Normally my boss does that on the weekends, but I told her I would do it this weekend so that she could have some much needed time away. I think she was going up north to her cabin. No Wi-Fi, no cell signal, just to get away. That sounds so peaceful. Go to a cabin in the woods with no Wi-Fi, no cell service. I don't believe 1875 will lose Kingsland. Hey. It's not looking good for them right now. I mean, if 1875 and 2268 are to win this, I really think 2268 needs to focus on getting Water Camp out of here. Making it a 2 versus 1. Because 1875 lost their second pass 8. They're getting territory cut here as we speak. Right, this flag. All this territory down here is gone. This flag here, all this territory here is gone. You know, they still got a little chunk of land from a farm alliance up here. They still got a little bit of territory here, but that's not a lot of teleport spots. So time will tell. We will see. That city's swarmable if it didn't have a bubble on it. Are there any other cities in this area? There's a few. I think they're bubbled. They're just trying to take up flag spots or something. Give troops a place to hide in, maybe. I don't know. Unsupported rally coming at even if they burn this flag, these two flags are going to go down before this one ever would. So I don't know if I'd be swarming the rally or just reinforcing the flag and letting the rally die. What am I saying? We fucking swarm everything. 99 million, 63 million. That city is swarmable. Once those flags go down. At what power level do you guys feel it's a city is quote unquote swarmable? I would say anything less than 85 million or less is swarmable if you have the right people swarming it. Now, if MF was still in the alliance, I'd say anything 150 million power or below is swarmable. 70 million? Jerry, 150 million? Yeah, I mean, I'm at 108 million, and I don't know if I feel safe random teleporting. I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the right 7 marches, and your tech is at a point where it's maxed, when MF played, he didn't care. That's how he had fun. You know, those 100, 130, 150 million cities would be off territory thinking they're safe because they're at a relatively decent power level. Along comes MF. Dark, yeah, you are swarmable. What's going on, Yami? You're up early. I don't think these flags can be repaired again, but don't quote me on that. I didn't put a timer on them or anything. Yeah, night shift is rough. What's up, Felipe? Felipe, one more time they can be healed? Okay. You're a much smarter individual than I am, so I believe you. That's why I have smart people in the alliance with me, because they put the timers on those flags. Happy to see 1865 get destroyed, but you feel for 2268. Expand on that thought. I mean, I have friends in 2429. I have friends in 2268. I don't know many people in 1875 or any of these other kingdoms here. It has been very hard to watch this KVK with friends in 2268 and 2429. Knowing the level of toxicity and smack talk between those kingdoms. Hopefully, once this KVK is over, people are adults again and they can get together and have a discussion and repair the bonds and friendships that were broken. Hey, Viper. New Jack, good to see you. Oh, you're in. Okay, okay, that makes sense then. So are you still in 1307 as well? I think Mad Phantom has an account in 1875 also, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'll say it again, right? The one piece of advice I would give 2268 is, recruit some players that play that are super active during your downtime. That, or, schedule some, okay, these 20 people are going to sleep for the next 4 hours and then they're going to be online during our downtime. Because they pushed way down into this area here that very first day. And then they lost all that territory when they went into downtime. Had they been able to sustain and keep pushing, or just have people online and not lose territory, I think they would be in a much better position at this point in Kingsland. I don't know how y'all do it, playing multiple accounts in big kingdoms. I've thought about taking my 74 million account to another kingdom and playing there, but to grind on one account, my main account, of course, to do honor, to chain barbs, to run daily forts, to do all the events, it's draining enough. If I had to do that on 2 accounts in 2 different kingdoms, I think it would kill me. And if those 2 accounts were in KVK at the same time, or pass openings overlapped, I would always give priority to whichever one is in 1029, and it might not. And when I recruit players here, I don't want their second accounts here. I want their main accounts here, the ones that they give highest priority to, right? So I just feel like I would be a hypocrite if I took that 74 million account to another kingdom and wasn't able to fully focus on it at certain times. Don't ask. What am I not going to ask? Oh, you have pilots that play on your account if both are active? Yeah, I mean, I guess if that 74 million account was maybe on another email address, that might be a good account to share with a couple other people and just let people play in it when they can, right? But it's linked to my main email address and my main account here in 1029, and the last thing I would want is somebody coming into 1029 and using all the alliance credits in the shop, or deleting territory, or God forbid logging on to my main account here and just out of the fucking blue migrating it to another kingdom. No, pilot? And once again, I think 2268 learned from attacking 2429's flags yesterday. that one or two players swarming down a rally, if the other kingdom, if the other camp is not willing to commit and keep that rally full and swarm down those ralliers and swarm the flag potentially, you can defend a flag almost indefinitely. There's the last burn on that flag. What's up, Stathis? Well, I mean, it ain't over yet, but it's looking like it might be. He must have imprisoned that guy and then he changed alliances. They put up a good fight. Let's not rip on 875 here. I mean, they have done everything that they could possibly do against a kingdom like 2429. What could they have done differently? So if you can tell me what exactly they could have done differently that would have resulted in a different outcome. And remember, hindsight is 2020. I mean, I think the KVK matchup is relatively fair. I mean, do they not go south against the water camp in that zone 5 and save all their shit for Kingsland? Maybe. Maybe, but then they're not draining water camp at all. You know, they're not, I don't know. I mean, 875 did get the jump on 2429 right at the start of Kingsland. Just 2429 is they're a monster. Yeah, I think, every single kingdom, every single camp here is putting on a good show. And when 875 got pushed back and they lost that first pass 8, they could have very, very easily just said, okay, fuck it, we're done. But they didn't. They're continuing to fight. They're continuing to try and get territory here. They built that other fort over here to stay in Kingsland and help their allies in Earth Camp as much as they possibly can. Earth has got lots of territory here. When 2268 and 1166 have uptime, they have lots of players online. Yeah, and it's a shame there's so much toxicity in the community itself. I get it. It's a competitive game. And I was saying this yesterday on the stream as well. But, talking smack or, talking about what is going on in the KVK is one thing. It's when that shit talk and that toxicity gets personal is where people cross the line. When you start talking about somebody's family or somebody's wife or somebody's, kids, or you rename your city to, Lambo sucks cock or something like that. That's when it crosses the line. It's one thing to take pride in your kingdom and be very proud of what your kingdom, your camp, your alliance has accomplished. It's a completely different thing to talk about someone's family or rename your city to something like that. I wish that didn't happen. Exactly, Bastion. It's one thing to criticize or make fun of a player who is cheeseburgering or running away from fights. Okay, that's part of the game. But when it turns around and becomes personal, that's when I have big time issues. I'm sure 24-29 will tell you that they've had their hands full with 875. Absolutely. And with so many players leaving this game on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, that type of personal attacks, personal insults, that's not something we need here as a community. Chances are, if you're in an A kingdom, you'll probably face these kingdoms again in the future. And I tell 1029 players the same thing. When we play in a lower seed kingdom and we have anywhere from 20 to 32 kingdoms in a KVK, chances are we're going to ally with one of these kingdoms in the future. So, kill each other with kindness. What's up, Animal? Yeah, I don't know anything about that, Yami. I just watch the KVKs that are in front of me. I don't pay attention to all that. So-and-so dodged so-and-so. So-and-so got an easy KVK. I could care less. A lot of people said the exact same thing about 307. A lot of people have said 60JT only took on easy fights in the beginning. Whatever kingdoms there are out there, there are critics for those kingdoms. Oh, man. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. I think 875 in this KVK, it might not be going well for them at the present time. But yeah, ask, like Felipe said, ask 24-29 if 875 sucks. And I think they have showed everybody that they are a fighting kingdom. If people were doubting that in the past, all they have to do is look at this KVK. And even if, and the key word there is if, even if 875 was quote-unquote dodging hard KVKs in the past, that may have been a different leadership team. That may have been different players. So, what a kingdom does, because things change so often in this game now with everybody buying and selling accounts and flipping kingdoms left and right, that we can't look at a kingdom 2, 3, 4 KVKs ago and say, oh, these are the same people, they're doing the same damn shit. I don't know that they have a downtime, Rashid. I just think that they're tapped out. I mean, if we look at their alliances, right, they have very few players left over 100 million power. You know, most of these players have given everything and are in that, 60 to 80 to 90 million range. So I just think they're at a point now in this KVK where, they don't have as many players that can field the 6 or 7 marches and still fill flags, and still fill rallies that 24-29 has. I just think that's where we're at in this KVK at the present time. But credit to them. They're hanging in here. They're balling up. They're doing what they can to buy as much time as they possibly can in Kingsland here in hopes, I think, that 2268 can potentially get water out of here and it can be a 2 versus 1. Now, the longer we go, the more territory of 875 that 29 burns, the less and less likely that that's going to happen. Now, 2268 seemed to have a significant downtime as well, though. I mean, every kingdom does have a less active period. Well, except for maybe 1960, but there's always an exception to the rule. No, I think they learned their lesson from the first night when they pushed deep into the water camp, and lost significant territory. It's starting at about this time yesterday. They started losing a bunch of territory by water camp started pushing back. But yeah, I think 2268 has learned their lesson. I think they have more players online now than they did at this time yesterday. I also think that they are learning that when they don't have as many players on, they need to swarm that rally down rather than let that rally burn the flag. So I think they have learned from the mistakes 24 hours ago already, and they are improving during their less active period today, from what they learned yesterday. Just my observation. Because yesterday when 24-29 had a less active period, downtime, 2268 was able to push under the zig here and burn some of their flags. But they had some trouble burning flags because 24-29 players were just sitting in cities, and as soon as that rally hit, they would swarm the rally down. And I think 2268 learned from that, because they are swarming water rallies down over here now, and it has been harder for water to burn flags today than yesterday. Right? Yesterday, water was able to push back to about this point after 2268 had pushed all the way down to here. 2268 is doing a much better job today holding their territory than they did yesterday, and I think that is a direct result of swarming those rallies down. You got to have the players with the mindset that reports don't matter, trades don't matter. It's all about objectives, and if your objective during your slow time is just to hold your territory, that pretty much means you got to swarm rallies down. Once reset, oh, I wasn't on last night for reset to see what... I fell asleep way before reset. So, I mean, maybe you're right. That flag just repaired. Right as we came here, that flag repaired. Let's see what happens. I mean, my personal opinion is I think 875 has players online. Like Felipe is saying, I just don't think those players can field the 5, 6, 7 marches at a time anymore. You know, and that's why it looks like they have less players online. But that's just my observation. Yeah, I wish we could see red dots and orange dots. I would be willing to bet these guys are all filling cities around here. I would be willing to bet that they swarm this rally down when this rally comes in. Even if you swarm a rally down and it's not successful and the flag still burns, if you can keep that flag from burning 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, that's additional time that you buy your kingdom for your other players who are offline to get a few more minutes sleep and come online refreshed and ready to fight. While we are waiting for this rally to hit, it is a good time for me to remind everyone, if you need graphics of any kind, Electro King is the man. You can find him on my Discord server, link in the description. He intros, outros. Intros, outros, emojis, profile pictures, you name it, Electro King does it. Outstanding customer service, very reasonable prices, and he's a former Rise of Kingdoms player, so he knows what people want. Show the 24-29 fronts, enemy flag burning here, they're building a flag here. Forts burning up here. Forts and flags burning in this area. '68 flag burning here. Yeah, there's a rally in on this now, right? And you see the 68 players swarming the rally down. The rally's dead. Water camp is unable to take out those swarming marches and keep that rally full. and it appears unwilling to swarm the flag itself. So these players from 68 are doing exactly what 2429 did to them yesterday. Now, what I would suggest to water camp is that they set up multiple rallies, right? They rally every flag they're touching at the same time, and they do a rope-a-dope. You know, they see which flag, they watch, they see which flag the 2268 players, you know, maybe they set up their ball in this area, right? And they rally all three flags that they're touching here. 68's not going to know which rally is real. Put an anchor on every single rally. Watch where the 68 players are going, and then, you know, send your marches to the other place. Easier said than done, but when we've struggled to take down flags because people were rallying those, people were swarming those rallies, we've had to do that ourselves in the past. You know, fake one way, go the other. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Oh, that was sexy. Flag builds, all four cities teleport out at once. There's a city right there. Another one. Another one. I don't think 29 cares about these cities, though. They want to burn flags. Yeah. I don't think they have a downtime per se. Yesterday, at right around 22 to 24 UTC, they did seem to have fewer players online. You know, they were swarming rallies and holding flags. Well, I shouldn't say holding flags, but they were making it hard for 2268 to burn flags here. 2 or 3 players were down here doing that. They were primarily, the bulk of their forces were in this area up here, fighting, understandably so, you know, trying to progress and cut territory of 1875. You know, but it did look to me like they had fewer marches on during those 2 to 3 hours right before reset. Would I call it a downtime? No. Would I call it a less active period? Yes. You know, and I'm sure, and I said this early in the stream yesterday, that if 2268 was unable to get water out of there, then them and 1875 just needed to create, you know, 3, 4, 5 different fronts. You know, 1875, 1166, 2268 needed to create multiple fronts and pressure 2429 from all those fronts at the same time. Because if you only got 150 or so players on, if you're a One Alliance Kingdom, trust me, it's hard to defend multiple fronts at the same time. If you have 5 fronts open against you at the same time, you know, garrisoning those flags, keeping those flags full, swarming rallies down, and having field presence in 5 locations at once, you have to prioritize. Now, I think 2429 did a good job prioritizing last night, prioritizing to get 1875 out. And we can see the results of that today. They didn't lose a whole lot down here below the zig. They lost some, but not a lot, and they're gaining it back now. But they made significant progress up here by staying focused in this section of the map to the northeast of Kingsland. Just again, I'm no KVK strategy god. It's just how I see the bigger picture. Uh, 2429 versus 2489. That would be a good fight. That would be a very good fight. I think Water Camp is spreading themselves too thin along multiple locations, unless they're doing the let's rally all three flags at once and hope that the 8 or 10 players online in 2268 cannot protect all three at the same time type strategy. Because they've got a group here. It's now moving. Yep, they're all moving over here. So it'd be interesting to see what rallies they got up. Maybe they're watching the stream and they're trying to do the rope-a-dope. Who knows? Who knows? Just set up multiple rallies with anchors and then launch a rally and move all your troops at the same time to the flag that you think you have the best chance of taking down. And then just do it all over again. My assumption would be we're going to see a rally on this flag shortly. $50 likes already. Y'all are crushing it. Thank you very much. If you haven't hit that like button yet, swarm it now. It's 100% free. Costs you nothing. Short of donating money, which I never asked for. This is just a hobby for me. It's the best way you can support the stream. 2429 is crazy active. I don't know if it's pilots or just players that are that dedicated. I know Apo was fighting for what, 24 hours straight? I offered to pilot for him and he said no. Okay, well, he didn't say no, but he did not formally take me up on my offer. Thank you for the subscription, Anime. Appreciate you. Luda, good to see you. I see you there with the eyeballs. In my KVK, our pass 6 into the Dark Altar opens at, 1556 UTC? And then enemy elimination begins. I need 4.8 million more kills to hit 30 million. So hopefully we can get those in the altar or when past 7 opens. Because in our KVK Earth Camp, quit fighting after the first zone. They disconnected from past 4s, so they couldn't even get in there. Their players couldn't even get in there, even if they wanted to fight. They messaged me and said they were done. We were too strong. They weren't even going to push to Kingsland. So we said, okay, if your allies in Wind Camp are still fighting, once those past 7s open, we're making a direct beeline for Wind Camp. Because we still want fights. Earth Camp came back and said, well, can we make some arrangements for Zone 6? And the general consensus of our camp was no. You guys gave up. You gave up way too early. We still want fights. If you want free territory in Zone 6, if you want rewards from Zone 6, you're going to have to fight us for them. Because our intent is to push through Zone 6 to get into Water Camps Zone 6. Excuse me, Wind Camps Zone 6. We're allies with Water. And they said, okay, well, if you're not going to give us any stuff in Zone 6, then we're going to build flags, we're going to build forts, we're going to make it hard for you to get to Wind Camp. And my response was, sounds great, we'll see you on the battlefield. I'm hoping for a Niners victory as well. Morning, why am I up earlier than you? I fell asleep before reset, my friend. I sat down in the recliner and I turned on Unexplained Mysteries or some TV show, and it was one I had seen before. I loaded up the game on the tablet and I fell asleep. That's if they fight. I'm sure there will be some fighting, Yami. We'll see. Time will tell. If Earth won't fight us anymore, then we're going to do everything that we can to push down to the Wind Camp, because the Wind Camp is still giving Water Camps fights. And if Wind Camp runs away when we get there, then we'll arrange some friendly fights with Water Camp. When I say friendly fights, some open fielding, no deads, no flag rallies, no pass rallies, no city rallies, just some friendly open field fights so that everybody can get the kill points that they need. Because I will not trade kills just to get 30 million. I very much like the fact that my stats are nothing glorious, right? 14 billion kill points. That's playing 2 years in a CNDC kingdom. But I very much like the fact that those reflect what I've done in actual battles and not dueling, not trading T1s, none of that shit. What's Mad Phantom's power now? 139? 93 million deads on that account. That's just crazy. My best march was probably Scipio Lucci. My favorite march is ZL Herman. That said, I did change it up now that we're going to get 7 marches soon. So I changed from Scipio Lucci and Guan Sargon. Sargon sucks, by the way. Maybe not in a rally, but he sucks in the open field. I changed it to Lucci Alex and Guan Sargon. So once we hit our 7 marches, it will be Boudica YSG, ZL Herman, Artie Tommy, Lucci Alex, Guan Scipio, Nevsky William, and HQ Joan. So my thoughts on Herman Prime, right? If you only run one Archer March and you already have Boudica ZL expertise, I would not do Herman. If you run more than one Archer March, absolutely 110% do Herman. Mad Phantom has 22 million deads this KVK. That's freaking crazy, man. I don't have that in my last 2 KVKs. Close, but not. I think last KVK was 10 million. The KVK before was right around 11 million. So in one KVK, Mad Phantom has more deads than I have in the last 2. So you can say you were wrong in your opinion. What was my opinion of Lucci when he first came out? I've pretty much always thought he was a strong commander. If you're just running one infantry march, Scipio Lucci is definitely the way to go. But if you're running 2 and you want to get some tankiness behind Guan, then I would do Lucci Alex and Guan Scipio. Because Guan Sargon, yeah, Sargon's no good in the open field. Just, again, my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So I was running Guan Alex, which was better. But after watching Apo fight and seeing his reports with his Lucci Alex and his Guan Scipio, I'm like, okay, I'm changing this up. And yes, I still like Artie Tommy as a combo. When I have Artie Tommy and a Herman Prime on the field, and all my 5, 6, we won't nuke. We'll do the celebration, the confetti for that flag burn. When I have Tommy and Herman on the field, and all my 5 or 6 marches are hitting the same target, man, that target absolutely freaking melts. I still think Tommy is the most underrated commander in the game. Now, I wouldn't work backwards to get her now that Herman is out. But at the same point, if you're buying daily chess and you want to get some more archers on the field, Tommy is, in my opinion, still a good investment. Can you get a map update? You sure can. So 24-29 took their second level 8 pass here. Although 68 pushed over under the Zig yesterday, they're getting pushed back now. They are holding water camp now with a few players online. 68 is holding water camp by swarming down the water camp rallies. 875 built a fort and took this level 8 pass so that they could build some additional territory into Kingsland. Make it just that much harder for 24-29 to get them out. So that's where we sit now. Looks like 1166 flags, or no, these are 68 flags. Well, no, those are 66 flags. This guy's just off territory. Those flags are burning where 29 is touching them. 68 flag just burned over here. 29 is building another flag so they can keep pushing this way. Water camp has got this flag burning for Earth camp. This flag is repairing, though, for Earth Camp. This flag is not even repairing or burning for Earth Camp. We saw Water Camp over in this general area. There you go. Sargon is the new Genghis. Yep, I kind of regret maxing Sargon. He was good for maybe one KVK. He's still good. Tariq Sargon rallies are still good. Don't get me wrong. I don't run infantry rallies. See, 68 trying to swarm that rally down. Water has to keep it full, and for God's sake, swarm the fucking flag. There goes the flag. There you go. This one's next. But that's how you do it. You got to get all your players. So everyone, okay, they go home, they refresh, they do it on the next flag. You can't have, okay, Group A is assigned here, Group B is assigned here. No. If you're fighting yep, looks like they're going over here now. If you're fighting a kingdom that is well organized, like 2268, and willing to swarm down rallies, you got to invest everything. Appreciate that, AM, and welcome. There are people that don't like my music, but it keeps me awake at 4:21 a.m. But I am glad you found the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button, right? Yeah, this is 1093, right? Murder ball going from flag to flag to flag. You know, they may have already had a rally set on this with an anchor that they can they may have already had a rally set on this with an anchor that once all these troops get there, they can just kick the anchor from the rally and go. Yeah, and they're doing the right thing here. There should be a handful of players breaking off, going in this general area over here, going in this general area over here to cut off reinforcements and rally swarmers from getting to their destination. Luda says your music is kind of It's not for everyone, Luda, and I understand that, but it's what I enjoy. I do not get into rap, hip-hop, electronic dance music. If I put on smooth jazz or some sort of classical music, you'd hear me fucking snoring instead of talking, right? What's up, Wargamers? Maybe instead of rock and chill or coffee and chill, I can rename the stream Coffee and Heavy Metal Morning. So yeah, that rally came in really quick. So it looks like they probably did have a rally with an anchor on it, because they just all moved over from the other flag not 45 seconds ago. Love AC/DC. About the only song I could play on the bass guitar when I was younger and thought I would be a rock star was You Shook Me All Night Long. Scipio Met is a decent march while you're working on Lucci. Absolutely. Hopefully there are much smarter people in the chat that can answer the question as to at what point Lucci is usable behind Scipio. Because I don't generally min-max commanders. I will wait till a commander is expertise before I actually use them. All right, Water Camp. Now you got it down. Yeah, there's a Guan in the flag. Easy kills. Swarm it. Swarm it. Okay, so they got those 2 flags burning. They got a couple more that they can rotate to over here. They got a lot of fronts open against Earth Camp, though. Light blue and red are touching in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different spots. So they need to keep the pressure up on every single one of these spots to ensure that 24-29 can keep pushing to the left under the zig, to the left on top of the zig, and ensure that 24-29 can remain focused on 1875 at the top here. Luda, I wish I could. I mean, if I could play copyrighted music on the stream, man, the songs and the playlists that you guys would get would be absolutely incredible. What is the name of this song? This song is I don't know if the song name is okay. The song name is Inner Stress by the band Auto Hacker. That looks like Hubs built a 2268 flags. Well, honestly, Water's been having trouble burning some of these flags here and there because 68 is now committed to swarming rallies down. Ooh, they might have just... Oh, no, that's repairing. Sorry. Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to do, moving from flag to flag, being methodical about the burns. About the next 3 hours or so is when Earth Camp really struggled yesterday. So it was nice to see that they had a bunch of people online, that they were swarming rallies down and making an effort and learning from their mistakes yesterday. Let's hope that they can have some additional people online and continue to do that so that they can make Water's progress slower, which buys them time until their players wake up and get online. Thank you, Kumar. I appreciate it. Are you in the KVK with me, or are you in a different KVK? Either way, I appreciate the well wishes. Can I drop a playlist on Discord? If on my Discord chat, I can do that. I mean, I have a pre-match playlist on Spotify for they're just songs that I would play the hour before an Osiris League match back when I did Osiris League. And it's some high energy stuff. You know, drowning pool, bodies hit the floor, 5-finger death punch, burn motherfucker, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger, AC/DC, Thunderstruck. I used to listen to a lot of music while I was working, but now I just have YouTube on in the background. Speaking of work, I'm still here. I'll be at my office computer, which is about 6 feet away, for the next few minutes. I have to download and send a report to one of my clients today. We're going to leave you on this screen here. I will slide back and forth periodically to change the view if need be, but I need to get, it's 4:30 a.m. I need to get this report out before 5 a.m. Otherwise, my phone will be ringing saying, where the hell is it? What the hell are you doing? So give me just a few minutes. I cannot read the chat from my work computer because I don't have my glasses on, but I may be yelling and screaming and you might hear something in the mic. Apo, what's going on? I slid back from the work computer because I saw your beautiful lipstick in your profile pic. I hope, my friend, you got a good night's rest. I really do. You were a freaking zombie yesterday. Show map, please. We just showed the map a few minutes ago. We've been scrolling in and out when we've been hopping from place to place, but there's a look at the map. I want to kind of stay focused on this flag here. This looks like where the next big fight will take place. But again, I'll be at my work computer for the next few minutes. I can slide back and forth. My thoughts on this KVK, I think that 2429 is doing absolutely phenomenally. I think water is doing enough to hold so that 68 has to contend with them still. I think once 2429 gets 875 out of Kingsland, that it will not be long for 2268 and 1166 after that. I don't think that they will be able to fight against water and against wind both at the same time and sustain. Now, 875 is the wild card there, right? How much can they harass 2429 while 29 is trying to put pressure on the Earth camp? Time will tell. Time will tell. There's a rally. Let's ring the bell.
Fight!
Yeah, if there is a comeback in this KVK by the Fire Camp and the Earth Camp, it will be one of the most historic comebacks in Rise of Kingdoms history. that rally? Did they swarm the rally? Yep, rally's gone. They somehow, with all these water marches there, somehow 68 was able to swarm that rally down. So they're doing what they have to do to maintain the land as long as they possibly can until they get uptime and can start being aggressive once again. Yeah, all those troops that they just had at that flag, wow. And for that flag to still be yellow and not be on fire. Ooh, what are you making, Luda? I know, we're not doing much special, right? I ran to the store yesterday and got the ingredients to make a jalapeno popper dip. Got some chips. I don't know who's going to be here. It's probably just going to be me and my wife and my oldest son. The other two kids don't give a dang about American football. I'm going to play Auxiliary Skills KVK for the first time. I have never done a KVK myself in which auxiliary skills were a thing. The KVK I am in, Tides of War, this will be the first time I've ever had that ability myself. So I do not want to give you bad advice, Kumar, so no advice is probably the best advice that I could give you. I would suggest maybe hitting up some of the other content creators out there, seeing if they have done any videos on auxiliary skills, and going from there. Yeah, if you're firing up a stream, Appa, we can certainly get everyone over to watch you fight. I know it's a hell of a lot more interesting watching a KVK from a fighter's perspective than it is from an observer's perspective. So you just let me know, my friend, and we'll do what we got to do here. I'm going to have to get ready for Arco Osiris here in a couple hours anyway. Oh, no, you're sick. All right. Well, I hope you feel better. I'm coming to eat. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you meant you were coming to help in the KVK. If Luda's not making barbecue kangaroo or koala bear, though, is that even something you could eat? Don't you eat that weird shit down there in New Zealand? $20, yeah, oh yeah. A 20, oh yeah, definitely. I know. I mean, I have never done a stream like that. I never want to do a stream like that. It is hard enough for me, being old, to only sleep for 4 hours in a 36-hour stretch of fighting. So we're kind of sliding back and forth here between my work computer and my streaming computer. I'm mad respect, dude, for that's crazy. 24 hours straight, that's crazy. I'm sure there were other players in this KVK that were fighting for that same period of time, little less or longer, and mad respect to them as well. But to be fighting and to be trying to entertain an audience for 24 hours, dude, I don't know how you did it. I really don't. I seriously. Oh, Texas Brit. Oh my goodness. Where do you live, Luda? I will leave right now. I just have to gas up the truck and hopefully it's within a 6-hour drive, 7-hour drive. The older a person gets, the more valuable even a 1 or 2 hour nap is. I love naps, man. I love taking naps. I can only sleep at night for 4 to 6 hours at a time. If I sleep for more than 6 hours, I am groggy the entire next day. So, 4 to 6 hours of sleep at night, and then a 1 hour to 2 hour nap in the afternoon, absolutely perfect. Get another poll going here. Chances for 1875 2268 comeback. There we go. New poll is up. Chances for an 1875, 2268, 1166 comeback. 0%. It's impossible. 10%. Nothing is impossible. 50%. It's still 50-50. Or 100% Black Panther steals the Zig. What do you guys think? Okay, so they are giving up on that flag, or where are they all going now? Where do these white lines lead us? This one is more important. It's got less hit points. Okay, so they're coming over here again. Captain Stinkfuss has a question for you, Apo. How big is the power drop for 2429? All right, my 15 minutes of work is done. I have full attention back on the stream, back on this KVK, back on you guys. What's up, Iron Dragon? Good to see you. What are your 6 marchers, and what is your favorite troop type? So when I first started, I liked cavalry. That said, after winning Season 3 of Osiris League and getting an archer skin, I decided to switch to be an archer player. So archers are my thing now. My 6 marches currently are Boudica YSG. I still love the AoE damage that YSG provides. ZL Herman. RD Tommy. Scipio Lucci. Nevsky William. And HQ Joan. Once I go to 7 marches, my infantry marches will change. I will go to Lucci Alex and Guan Scipio. But I have archer skins, 15% attack, 10% defense, 10% attack, so I have switched to archers. Jenna Phillips, thank you for the 99 cents. I greatly appreciate that. Appreciate you. I don't really have any super solid cavalry skins or infantry skins. So when I'm open fielding, I generally use Twilight Falls. I will switch to Archer Attack when I do Archer rallies, or defense if I'm garrisoning with archers, but generally it's Twilight Falls. I did pop a 30-day city skin this KVK. We popped, well, it's not here anymore. And I think it's Dynastic Conqueror, which is 8% defense across the board, and that's been really sweet. I am regretting not going for that in Zenith of Power now, but as our fighting has pretty much petered out at the present time, and it is unclear if Earth Camp will fight us anymore this KVK, we may just be free burning the rest of the KVK. I am skipping all the Bastion quests with training, and I am starting to save speed ups in an effort to get the next Archer Zenith skin that comes out. So, but I mean, and me liking archers, that says quite a bit, I think, because the only commanders that I don't have expertise at the present time are Margaret and Babur, Bertrand, Lubu, Charlemagne, Suleiman, and Wu Zetian. Every single other commander I have completely done an expertise. Now, I know a lot of people run, or not a lot, but I have seen people running Purius and Lucci. Is that better than Lucci Alex? I couldn't tell you. Maybe we'll have to try that in KVK. Yeah, 8%. I really wish I would have gone for that in Zenith, but being in a small kingdom, being relied on to be a rally lead, a garrison captain, I cannot justify going for Zenith skins if it is going to sacrifice my ability to fight as hard as I want to and support the kingdom in KVK. So, there are just times when, it would be nice to have something, but it would be super selfish of me to get it. So, if you're free to play, I've never been free to play, so I will echo some of the things that I have heard other streamers say. Here comes the rally.
Fight!
If you're free to play and you want to fight a lot, France is probably the way to go. Especially if you don't have a lot of farms to keep your resources full. Ottoman, I think, is the way to go if you're maxing Crystal Tech, if you have unlimited resources, unlimited farms. In the off season, maybe Germany's the play, because that gives you a training speed. Now, is it reasonable for a free-to-play player to constantly be switching civilizations? It is not. So I would say probably France for the majority of the time that you're in KVK, and Germany outside of KVK. Or am I going to invest in new engineering commanders? No. No. Yeah, I get it. Iron Dragon. A city skin is going to help in the future. But it's just not a... There goes the flag. Plug your ears. I guess I'm one who likes to lead by example. I'm never going to tell somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And if I am telling our lower power, our players with less commanders, that they should not be going for a Zenith if it's going to sacrifice their ability to contribute in a KVK, then I need to lead by example, and I need to do that same thing. Right? I don't want to be a hypocrite. I've played in kingdoms where leadership is hypocrites, and it is no fun. And it just leads to bitterness and resentment and other people not having a good experience. So if I am asking players not to go for a Zenith skin because it will impact their ability to fight in KVK, then I need to do the same thing. I guess, it's just me. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm saving speed ups now as much as I possibly can, and I'm even trying to remember to slow heal my troops in an effort to push for that Zenith skin in the next KVK. So, and that means missing out on gold head events for now. That means that means skipping those bastion quests that are for power or for training that give you the Karak whistles, or what are they called? Yeah, Kahar's bone whistles. Right? So that means sacrificing a few other things, but I'm hoping if I do that and I plan accordingly, we'll get there. Can I show the map? Absolutely, and welcome to the stream, SF. 875, once again, trying to push, 2429. Up here, trying to push water out. Thank you for the subscription, Jenna. 2268, holding on here a little bit north of the Zig. This is 1166, sorry. Flags are burning. Not much resistance there for 29. 2268 is desperately... Oh, no. Nobody was in... Oh, ninja attack. Ninja attack. That's a 166 flag. 166 flags are burning here. 29 is coming across the bottom. Water camp is if they do it right, and they are now, grouping up, focusing one flag at a time. Water camp has some of the earth camp flags on fire. Earth camp has been doing a fantastic job swarming down rallies, so water needs their entire field presence to burn these flags. And that's what they are doing at this present time. Earth is doing a great job holding as long as they can, swarming down rallies, doing as much delaying as they can, water burning flags, to try and buy time for their other players to get online. Show map, please. I just showed the map, Apocalypse Gaming. You can scroll back 30 seconds if you wish to see it again. Smart ass. In our continent, the Zeniths are, I wouldn't call them crazy bad. You know, first place is maybe 30 to 40 million, depending on the skin. The Archer Attack skin that I got, I think I pushed 22 million power, and I got third place. So I would imagine an Archer Health skin, especially with these new Archer Commanders just coming out, first place will be somewhere in the 30 million range. Well, I mean, the SFA7 says there are problems in 66 and 75, or they have to drop to B Kingdom. So, I mean, I think after every KVK, an important thing for every kingdom to do, whether you're a top Imperium kingdom or the lowest DC kingdom, is, you know, take a week off. You know, tempers are going to be hot after a KVK loss. So take a week off, walk away, get some time, go kiss your wife, pet the dog, take the dog for a walk, say hello to your family, and then come back as a leadership team and discuss, okay, what do we do good? What do we do bad? What do we need to do in our next KVK to have a better performance, a better experience? But after every KVK, if a kingdom is not circling back as a leadership team and doing that and constantly trying to move forward, then you're just going to experience loss after loss after loss. And, you know, 875, they may have some things that they need to look at. 2268, you know, I think they have done a fantastic job, but in the same respect, you know, they have a significant downtime right now for the next hour or two. You know, they need to potentially recruit players that are in that downtime, or I threw out the option of making a sleep schedule when Kingsland opens to ensure they are adequately staffed at all times and can continue to be aggressive. They did a phenomenal job that first day pushing way down into this territory. And then they got pushed back because everyone went to bed. And I get it, right? Everyone wants to be online for all the fighting that takes place when Kingsland initially opens. But if you don't create a schedule, if you don't have players that are going to be online when everybody else goes offline, all that hard work that the massive ball of players did in the beginning is all for naught. You know, so, you know, there are, and you know, 24, 29 as well. Even if they win this KVK, even if they hold the Zig at the end, they should circle back themselves as a leadership team and say, okay, what do we do good? What do we do bad? Because there's always improvements that you can make in a victory or in a defeat. And I think sometimes kingdoms who win get complacent. And we're winning, let's just maintain the status quo. You know, and kingdoms get into trouble doing that. Let's you know, and I love Mad Phantom, and I know a lot of people in 307, but look at 307 as an example, right? They had a lot of casual players in that kingdom that were not hardcore players. And when it came time for them to fight some of the bigger kingdoms, some of the more, not necessarily experienced kingdoms, but when it came time for them to match up against kingdoms at their own level, that didn't go so well. You know, Mad Phantom's a super nice guy. Thor is a super nice guy. You know, I just think that they needed to, after every KVK, clean out the deadweight in there. I think that was kind of the death of 916 as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. But that, you know, that's the best advice I could give any kingdom, right? And there are a ton of kingdoms, whether it's A, B, C, or D kingdoms that do that after every KVK. I know we certainly do. Our leadership team is already putting lists together saying these players didn't perform. So after KVK, we'll circle back with those players and we'll try to get an explanation. Something I do not like is kill and dead requirements in kingdoms. I've been in kingdoms that have had kill and dead requirements. And you have a handful of players in those kingdoms who will do the bare minimum that they need to do to stay in a kingdom. I understand why kingdoms have kill and dead requirements. 1029 doesn't. Our requirements are simple. You show up and you fight when pass is open. You stay online for as long as you can while the fighting is taking place. You play as a team. You don't chase easy kills. If you cannot be online when a pass opens, when an altar fight takes place, you need to be proactive with your communication and let us know ahead of time so that we can plan accordingly. We don't expect every player to fight like a Noobzilla, like a Captain Stinkfist, like a Hubs, like a Lambo. We know that many players are hardcore. They will sit here for 10 to 24 hours and fight like mad. That's not every player, though. So we just ask that people make the time to be online when pass is open, when the majority of the fighting takes place. When you're in a lower C kingdom like I am, you have 24 to 36 hours of fighting after every pass opening. And then generally it's chill until the next pass opens. And then you have another 24 to 36 hours of fighting. So if you want to get your kills, if you want to get your deads in, although we have no requirements, if you want to get those stats, you got to be online when pass is open. Hypermaster says if 68 keeps losing KVKs, they're going to face the same fate as for 254. I don't know. I think 254, it was just the perfect storm for 254, right? The Smash Squad group announcing they were leaving the kingdom before fighting really started in that KVK. You can't tell me that did not have an impact in that kingdom. You just can't tell me that. You can tell me that, but I won't believe you. It had to have some sort of an impact in that kingdom. Then the retirement of Bunny, and that was just a perfect storm for them. Plus getting match not found in 3 or 4 consecutive KVK pops before that. That led to a lot of laziness and complacency with a lot of players in that kingdom. So I don't know that 2268 is headed in that direction. I think they have a solid leadership team in place, and if they do what they need to do after each and every KVK and clean out the dead weights and bring in the right people, I think they can survive. Zimmerman, we do pull stats. We pull stats before every pass opening and once the fighting has died down. We pull stats before every Dark Altar and after every Dark Altar. That way we can see the players that are participating in those fights and how much they're participating in those fights. We look at those stats and scrutinize those stats a lot more than we do stats after the fighting has subsided and people are just, open fielding for shits and grins. They didn't leave before fighting started, I don't think, right? And I'm trying to remember. They wanted to go to a kingdom and make a 60 GT type kingdom. And I totally get that. That's the direction the game was headed in. They announced that they were doing that before the fighting started in a KVK, which I think had its negative impacts in that KVK. That plus the fact that they had no match found in 254 for multiple KVKs leading up to that, plus the fact that Bunny was retiring You know, it was just a perfect storm. And it's sad because 254. I mean, I fought against them in OV. They were fucking no joke, man. Yeah, I mean, with the Autric inscriptions players get now in a KVK victory, it's hard for some players to stick around in a quote unquote losing kingdom. Absolutely. I mean, there are players who, as soon as they're done with one KVK, they'll find out which kingdom is popping for KVK, and they'll jump to a new kingdom. As soon as that kingdom's done, they'll jump to another kingdom. You know, so they're constantly in KVK, potentially getting those Autric inscriptions, and most importantly, right, is those iconic crystals. Iconic crystals are so rare you can only get them in KVK. You know, and if you're a mega whale, if you're a kraken who wants to level up and iconicize all 7 marches that they use on the field, you know, you can only do that by going into KVK after KVK after KVK. And that's why we see some of these krakens jumping from KVK to KVK to KVK, is so that they can get those iconic crystals, so that they can potentially get those Autric rewards and get those top tier marches. That's where I lost the bulk of my troops in those Friday morning fights, Captain. I think I had 1 million deads in Zone 5 going into Friday morning, and when they were pushing hard for that 3 to 4 hour stretch, I think that's where I lost 2 million more. Yeah, I mean, I have this archer set is fully iconic. This cavalry set is fully iconic. This infantry set is fully iconic. I have a second archer set that's fully iconic. And I am working on my second cavalry set. I have 3 more pieces here to put iconic crystals on, and then I'll have 5 marches. You know, but getting that second infantry set, you know, because I want to do the accessories for sure. Getting that second infantry set, or getting that third archer march, or getting that third cavalry, or it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Problem: player chase kills an MGE kill event. Yeah, I mean that's a problem for many kingdoms in KVK. Right? Especially in lower seeds, we will see players that we have not seen in any fight ever come out to smash their troops just for kill event. You know, and then that's definitely a problem. Now our MGEs, we try and run very, very tightly, right? So that people don't have to spend a ton of money in MGEs. Our MGEs are always fixed. First place gets 20 million points. Second place, 19. Third place, 18. The overall limit for MGE, if you're not in the top 15, is 5 million. Don't pass 5 million points. Don't make me be an asshole. Now, last MGE, kill event overlapped with fighting in KVK. So last MGE was a little bit different. Right, let me try and find that email. Maybe I didn't send an email out. But last, you know, when MGE overlaps with fighting in a KVK, generally it's a free-for-all. Now that said, you know, if you don't need commanders, you know, we ask that you make sure you're not open fielding for the wrong reasons. Don't sit there and pass hump just for kill event points. You know, don't take unnecessary city rallies just for kill event points. You know, fight for objectives. And if we're dominating on objectives, there's no reason to run all over the field chasing kills for kill event. We wanted Smart Alpha to get first place in the last MGE, so he definitely went all out to do that. What's up, Mr. 3RB? Thoughts on mixed troop type when garrison with leadership equipment? I have, you know, last KVK, not this one that we're in, but the one before, you know, we had players with tons and tons of siege, just artificially inflating our kingdom power. So we did Hera YSS with the full leadership set in Alliance forts and just told people to fill it with siege. And it worked fairly well. Felipe is in 1307 and 1875. You know, I still think I like Gorgo Hera better than Hera YSS, but if you're running low on marches or, you know, whatever, and can't fill primarily with infantry, then Hera YSS with the full leadership gear is a good option, especially if that leadership gear is leveled up. What's up, Lordy? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. So let's see what this poll says, right? The question was chances for 875, 2268, 1166 comeback. Ending the poll, 44% say it's impossible. 22% say it's still 50-50. 20% say nothing is impossible, 10%. And 12% say Black Panther steals the zig at the end. Good stuff, guys. I would be in that 10% camp. Nothing is impossible. So this flag, there's so many cities around this flag, I think they're having trouble burning this flag. But to open up yet another, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're opening up yet another front. Let's move up here for a period of time. Let's check out what's going on up here. Flag's still on fire. Exactly. Doesn't matter as long as people understand what you're saying. So after the last KVK we had, right, one of our kingdom rules now is people are only allowed to have up to 100,000 T4, T5 sieges. So again, I don't ask people to do anything that I don't do myself. Why? That does not seem like the right number of units, though. Total in the city, total. I thought I had 100,000, but oh well. And I know I have T1 siege. Why are those not showing? Oh, because I'm not in the home kingdom. I see. Or I'm not on the KVK map. I don't know, Luda. I just deleted them. I didn't put them in a resource node and let somebody actually kill them. Captain Stinkfuss is in 1029. Hopefully he has found a home here and he enjoys it, and he will be staying for a long, long time. Along with the 8 to 10 other players that came with him from 2444. All right, now let's see what it says for troop details. There we go. So I got 100,000 T1s and 100,000 T5s. Mountain Warfare was today. So our KVK tech is as follows. Level 3s are all at 10. Swift Marching 3 is at 10. Marching Orders 2 is at 10. Call to Arms is at 10. So we have our rally and we have our troop sizes maxed out. Special Medicines 1 is only at 7. 2 is only at 7. Improved Morale is at 8. We can get expanded formations once we have the crystals. And then it is on to swarming tech, and we are done. Hopefully we can get that all done by the time Pass 7 opens. How many gold chests per day? It depends. When a Mountain Warfare drops, you'd probably get about 12. Per day, though, I would say, generally in the off season, it's maybe 4 to 8 gold chests per week. But you got to remember, a low seed kingdom, 1 gold chest goes a lot further than it does in an Imperium kingdom, right? Yeah, we are in a KVK against Captain's Old Kingdom, 2444. They're in the opposite corner camp from us. We're in fire, they're in water, but they have fought very valiantly against the water camp, especially after losing a significant number of quality players. Yeah, it just depends on what's going on, right? Mountain Warfare, generally there's a significant number of gold chests. I try to get that armaments bundle maybe once a month, max geared up once or twice, maybe 3 times a month. It just depends what else is going on. When MF was here, it was probably 9 gold chests a day. But he's a different animal. Yeah, I mean, the thing that impresses me most about 2429, right, is when they take a murder ball in to attack an enemy's murder ball, it's not attack, oh my god, I'm targeted, let me retreat. It's full on, let's go in, let's attack till we're dead, and let's bring our next 5, 6, 7 marches out. And that's how I enjoy fighting. You know, the picking and pecking and poking at a murder ball and trying to drag people back to fight on your own territory, that's just micromanagement bullshit that I don't enjoy doing myself. So when I see another kingdom like 60 GT, like 2429, that is just going all in and attacking a murder ball straight out and just fighting until they sad face and then bringing more troops back and doing the same damn thing over and over and over again, and they're breaking enemy murder balls by doing that, that is really appealing to me. Who is MF? So yeah, MF did retire from the game. That account is now Fluffy Pony in 2605. He was the most selfless Kraken I have ever played with. So I was in 1039 when Solomar was there, and every gold chest event, every single MGE, barring a few here and there, you know, he would train troops. He would just take it outright on troop training day, you know, which left scraps for everybody else in the kingdom. Whereas MF was different. You know, MF truly understood that the kingdom was only as good as the people in it, that he was only as good as the people he played the game with. And there were many MGEs where he would say, guys, I've got enough gold heads to max this commander. Give me 15th place. You guys need these commander sculptures more than I do. I mean, many. I mean, there were more MGEs that he asked for 15th place in an unlock than he asked for first, second, or third place. You know, gold head events. The only time he would push in gold head events is if some rogue player was in first place. You know, so I cannot say enough nice things about MF. I'm sad that he quit the game. I'm sad that that account is now in 2605. Fluffy Pony is a great person. Don't get me wrong. If I could handpick a person to take over the MF account, Fluffy Pony would be at the very top of that list. He chilled out in our kingdom before 2605 opened. You know, he respected our rules. He played in the events. He did not push MGE. He did not push gold head events. You know, and he was a very respectful, nice individual. And he bought gold chest after gold chest after gold chest, even though he wasn't in the kingdom that was his final destination. So, you know, much respect to Fluffy Pony. He knows the door is open if he ever wants to come back to 1029. Yeah, exactly, Felipe. If you go all in on a murder ball and you have more numbers or better players, generally you're going to win it. Which is why I don't understand why a lot of these kingdoms with their murder balls, it's tap and retreat, tap and retreat. You know, I see so many players, even a lot of content creators, as soon as their screen flashes red, they're recalling their marches. And it's not how I play the game. You know, I understand everyone plays the game differently. You play the game how you want to play the game, how you have fun playing the game. If you play the game and enjoy seeing positive reports, if you enjoy cheeseburgering and seeing those positive reports, more power to you. It's not how I enjoy the game, so it's not how I play. You know, but that again, that's me. You know, too many times we are fighting in a KVK and I will see players cheeseburgering just for kill points. You know, if you were fighting on the battlefield with your team when the big burner balls were out there, you're going to get your kill points. You shouldn't need to be cheeseburgering at the end of a KVK just to get your kill points. You know, maybe you should save for the next KVK so you can fight harder when the fighting matters. Just my opinion. I understand there's probably a time and a place for cheeseburgering, but it's just not how I play the game. Exactly. Iron Dragonite. Shit like that makes MF a goat. Shout out to Fluffy for keeping it real with his account. 100%. That'd be a good KVK to watch also, Lordy. 1188 and 2429. I agree there. 1188, 2429. What? 1960, 2489 and a heroic anthem. That would be a good one. Exactly. I hate the word trade. I really do. Yeah, it's nice to look at reports and see those numbers, but you're not going to win a KVK by getting good trades. And in Kingsland, trades do not matter one bit. What matters is lighting that enemy flag on fire and defending your flag. You know, if you're looking at reports in KVK, if you're on the losing side in KVK and you're looking at reports and you're thumping your chest and you're patting yourself on the back for your good trades, but you're losing your flags, there's a problem there. You know, I don't get good trades a lot of the time because I'm the first one into a murder ball. And I don't care. You know, if my allies and my friends in the alliance are getting better trades because I can go in and soften up the players in the murder ball with all the AoE damage my marches are putting out, that's a win for me. You know, I don't care about trades, but I'm going to be relentless. Even if I'm getting bad trades, I'm going to keep sending my 5, 6, 7 marches at you. And I'm going to ultimately wear your ass down. You know, because a lot of times we'll go in, we'll hit a murder ball, you know, we'll soften it up and it'll still be there. And all those troops will march home because they're yellow and they're refreshing their troops. Well, what does that mean? My dead marches get back to my city faster than your yellow marches get back to your city. So I'm going to have my 5 or 6 or 7 marches out there before you can refresh your troops and bring yours back. That means we're probably burning your flag. All right, Dragonite, have a good rest. Sleep well. And thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. And, of course, your 8 months in the Touchdown Club. Why am I watching on 1080p and it looks like 480p? Check your YouTube settings, click on the gear profile, go to quality, and set it to 1080p. Every now and then YouTube defaults for whatever reason to the lowest quality setting for me. So there are times where I have to go into the quality settings and I have to check on exactly what I want. Speaking of content creators, my top is definitely Cheese Goal in terms of how they fight. Sorry, Lamb, but you're a second. See, I would say of all the content creators and the way they fight, Seawill and Redline are at the top of my list. Chisgul is absolutely fantastic. Garrisoning, oh, I mean, that man's garrison is top tier. You know, I enjoy watching Redline and Seawill fight more than I enjoy watching any other content creator fight. Hands down, no question about it. I mean, I do a lot of stupid shit when I fight. I'm the first one to admit that. But I'm having fun. You know, I didn't... Tides of War, KVK, brand new. I swarmed a flag with 5 million standby troops in it. It was not a good decision, but hey. I cannot watch Redline's crafting sessions. It just pisses me off. I mean, I enjoy them from an entertainment value, you know, putting on the helmet and all the drama that he creates before he hits the button, right? Got to play the specific song and hit that button at the exact time, but I'm so jealous. I mean, he's got a developer account. He has to have a developer account. That's all there is to it. You know, it was kind of funny last night. We were giving Plato shit. Plato was, he was fighting. He was having a stream, right? And he was talking about he's getting low on speed ups. And what did we say? I told him, well, just email Lilith, tell him that you're an associate content creator and you need more speed ups to keep fighting. I was messing with him, of course. He got a fate changer and we were like, buy it. Chisgo would buy it. Dragothian would buy it. They're sponsored content creators. All sponsored content creators should buy the fate changer. Just messing with him, just having fun. I love Plato, but yeah, exactly. Redline's got a developer account. His crafting is different than most. But yeah, if you want to see me making stupid mistakes, swarming a flag with 5 million standby troops in it, not this last Friday, but the Friday before, I did a live stream, and you'll see that. I did that live on stream, no joke. No joke. Somebody clip it and send it to me if you go and rewatch it, because it was a bad decision. Very bad decision. Jeannie says 1307 didn't do well last KVK. Yeah, I think they tried. Felipe, you guys tried to get down to a One Alliance Kingdom there, but I mean, it's hard, right? You know, attracting quality players to a kingdom is hard. You know, I would say probably for every 20 people that ask me if they can migrate to 1029, you know, maybe a quarter of those or a third of those I'll even have an interview with. You know, and I like to talk to every player who's coming here. I want to make sure that they understand the rules coming here, that they have the right mindset coming here. And most of all, you know, we've created a great community in 1029. I can honestly say that the players in 1029 are like family. It's like a group of brothers and sisters spread across the globe. And the last thing that I want to do is bring a toxic player to this kingdom that's going to disrupt that family, fun, friendly environment that we have here. Now, we win more than we lose. We take this game seriously, but at the end of the day, it's a game. If you're not having fun doing something, don't do it. Life is short. A lot of 50 to 60 million accounts don't help. Absolutely. And just trying to get people to migrate those accounts out. You know, it's, well, I need passports and this and that and the other thing, and it's just, I mean, we've given passports to people just so they migrate out of the kingdom. You know, we have some farm alliances that have a decent amount of credits on that we have given away hundreds and hundreds of passports to people just to get the fuck out. What's up, Joe? Who will win this KVK? I think right now there's a 90% chance that 2429 and their allies in the water camp will win this KVK. Water Camp is pushing very aggressively against Earth Camp right now. Water Camp is doing what they need to do to maintain their flag line, to try and push Earth Camp's flag line here. Earth Camp is in red. Wind Camp 2429 has taken 2 of the 1875 level 8 passes, cut off a significant chunk of 875's territory. 875 put up a fort over here by this level 8 pass and established more territory in here, but 2429 is headed in that direction. I think their goal at the moment is to, water, just maintain this flag line. If you can burn some Earth flags, do it. Wind Camp is also burning some Earth flags where they're touching tips here and up here. But soon 2268 will wake up and the shoes may be on the opposite foot. But the entire KVK, it seems like 2429 has maintained the hyper aggressiveness against 1875 in an effort to push them out of Kingsland and get them out so that they can then go against the red territory and Earth Camp and get them out, and with the goal of course of ultimate victory. Betrayals are huge now in KVK, much more so than I ever remember. Especially in those early KVKs. And it's I think Lilith sees that and they're going, oh yeah, more money, more money, more money, right? Hopefully you had a nice vacation there, Joe. What Earth and Fire Camp's wind conditions? What do you mean? I think the only way Earth and Fire could potentially make a comeback to win this KVK is if 2268 is able to push Water Camp out, and they can both then put pressure on the Wind Camp. But I don't think 2268 has enough 24/7 activity to contend with Water Camp's uptime, which started about hour and a half ago and probably last another hour and a half, 2 hours. Earth Camp did a fantastic job that first day. They pushed all the way down into this area down here. But then they came upon their inactive time, and Water was able to push them back. Now, last night, Earth Camp did a fantastic job as well, burning water flags, burning all the water flags they were touching, and pushing over underneath the ziggurat and putting pressure on the Wind Camp down here, even on the top of the zig, putting pressure on them up here. But it just wasn't enough. I think Wind Camp is making more progress, more consistent progress. And I think that's ultimately what's going to potentially lead them to victory. Your teacher got pickpocketed. That doesn't sound fun. And again, guys, I am no No KVK strategy expert here. I'm just, you ask a question, I'm giving you my opinion. But I mean, my hat's off and respect to all these kingdoms. They've been fighting for since 15-16 UTC on Friday. So almost two days straight here, and still each of these camps has territory in Kingsland. Nobody got pushed out in 12 hours and 24 hours. Taking territory from an enemy camp has not been easy for anyone. We've done this a few times, but we'll do it again. If we look at one of 875's main alliances, right, the vast majority of their players are between that 60 to 80 to 90 million range. Very few now are even over 80 million power. There's a handful of players in each of their main alliances that are over 90 million power. So what does that mean? That means those players are fielding 3, maybe 4 open field marches without 50% expansion, and filling a rally or filling a flag, and that maybe 4 open field marches, maybe. So that doesn't bode well for them. Even if they have 300 players online and all those players have 3 open field marches, that's 900. And that's if they have 300 players online. That's 900 marches against 150 players in 24-29 that have, we'll just say 6 marches each. That's 900 marches versus 900 marches. And I think we can all agree that there is a quality difference in many of the players in 24-29 and 1875. More spenders in 24-29. That seems fairly clear. What are we here? 9 likes away from 100. And that would be awesome if y'all could do me a solid if we could get to 100 likes on this very early morning stream. I think I started at 2:30 a.m. my time. Something crazy like that. But I mean, it's not over yet. But if there's a flag, you need to burn that. If Earth and Fire make a comeback, it would be one of the more epic comebacks in KVK history. Nick, I think it's too soon to call them one of the best kingdoms in the game. We need to see this type of performance in multiple KVKs before we anoint them with that title. I will say I am very impressed with 24-29. And if I was to leave 10-29, which I have no plans to do so, 10-29 would be at the top of the list as a kingdom that I would like to migrate to. Just because I respect how they play the game and how they do their murder balls and how they fight as a team. Kyle, I really haven't studied the new range commanders coming out to be able to give you an opinion that's based by any sort of facts or research. I heard that there were range commanders coming out, and I just kind of went, whatever. Yeah, if we see 2429 go against 2489, 2960, 1365, 1093, some of these other big, well-organized kingdoms, and they have this type of performance, even if they lose, right? But they can give them a run for their money. Then maybe we start talking about, okay, are these guys one of the new top kingdoms in the game? I think they've started out really, really strong for their first KVK as a high A Imperium kingdom, one alliance type kingdom, and the future looks bright for them if they can keep all the players there and stay organized and stay focused. I think they will eventually get there. Ooh, somebody with... I don't know why you'd imprison somebody if they didn't have War Frenzy on, but okay. You think so? Range commanders are going to be a super solid or not a super, but we'll read it word for word. Range commanders are really going to be a solid option in the near future. Well, I think they're going to try to make them a super solid option because nobody I know is invested in them. At least Margaret and Babur are the two existing ones, right? I mean, I'm just, if I get them in one of the keys, great. But there's no way to get them other than some of the various events, right? They're not in MGE. I guess they're on the wheel, but I'm not going to spend for one of those commanders on the wheel, Babur anyway. I just did a 16 barb chain done for this KVK with this. There's a core group of people from 1671 moving to 2429 after this gate. Well, that's only going to make them stronger, right? Not a huge fan of barb chaining myself. I can do it when I need to do it, and with the number of AP pots I have, I need to do it. But I don't have fun doing it, especially when they run away from you. I mean, you can be hitting a barb for like 2-3 minutes. Not move your troops, and the damn thing will just decide, oh, hey, I'm going to disengage from this battle and go away. It makes no sense to me. There's no logic behind it. I believe that is the case, SM. If we look at our KVK, for example, we have 185 people registered. 105 of them were in our main alliance. 44 were in PK farms. I think And I didn't select anything in here to say these people are in, these people are out. We had an account in the cloud that we were hoping to bring back after registration was complete. Groot. Like a 140 million account that was somebody's old account that they left to the kingdom. You know, we let it go to the cloud for matchmaking, but after matchmaking, Groot was not one of the ones registered. So apparently that takes care of the issue where you have all your whales go to the cloud for matchmaking just so you get a better matchup. So that was kind of a shock. We were hoping to let Gumbo and others potentially play on that account during KVK, but which I think that's a good change, right? You know, if the cloud accounts do not count towards matchmaking, they should not be able to play in KVK. I would hate to be an R5 and manage different divisions in big kingdoms that have, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 players in them. Just making that selection of who's going to be in each KVK, I would not want that pressure on me. Range commanders are like a startup company. Risky investment until it shows results. On the upside, range commanders are being backed by heavy investors, Lilith, so outlook is positive. That's a different way to put it. So here's okay. All right. Let's do this, right? Let's get into this. So if there were 5 things that I would ask Lilith to fix in this game or update in this game, one is this right here. Ethelfled in the expedition shop. Okay. It might be fine until you're in Season of Conquest, and people do still use Trajan Ethelfled in Season of Conquest, but you don't understand how many years I have had Ethelfled max. Why not put Margaret in here? Why not put Babur in here then, if we want to focus and slowly move to ranged commanders? Put something different in here. Get Ethelfled out of here. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, I would like to see higher level barbs and higher level forts once you hit Season of Conquest in the home kingdom. The biggest complaint I have from many players is Crystal Tech. So once you hit Season of Conquest, let's put those level 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 forts in the home kingdom. People aren't going to be able to 1+1 those in the home kingdom, right? Because you don't have that Crystal Tech, and those forts can be a bitch to 1+1 in KVK, even with max Crystal Tech. You have to have 800,000 in the rally with max Crystal Tech to take down a level 15 fort. So more than likely, you're going to need to be more organized in the home kingdom. It's going to promote activity in the home kingdom. And then maybe if you're taking down a level 15 fort in the home kingdom, you get 25, 50 crystals so that you can start using activities in the home kingdom to help go into a Season of Conquest KVK with a portion of crystals that you can use immediately. Same thing for barbarians, right? Taking down a level 55 barb in KVK, it can be a challenge for somebody without tech. It would promote, not necessarily barb chaining in the home kingdom, but it would promote cooperation in the home kingdom to work together to hit some of those higher level barbs. Maybe you take down a higher level barb, you get 10, 15 crystals that you can use in your next Season of Conquest KVK. I think that would help low spender, free-to-play players tremendously if they can grind in the off season to get a jump start on their Crystal Tech in KVK. Trust me, whales, krakens, they're still going to buy the daily crystal bundles. They're still going to buy the mountain warfare bundles. But you're going to be helping the lower spenders and the free-to-play players kind of even the playing field. It's not by leaps and bounds, right? But it's going to kind of help them, especially if they're super active in Home Kingdom, even the playing field. Okay? My 2 cents there. Instant verification pop-ups when fighting in war. There is nothing worse than attacking an army, going in, charging into a murder ball, and getting a 1-second verification pop-up. Why does that happen? Okay, I get it. You're trying to avoid bots, but what exactly in my behavior of charging into a murder ball with 5, 6, 7 marches is being body? I'm not hitting and running. I'm targeting one troop. I'm charging into a murder ball. How the hell am I getting a 1-second verification? Because I'll charge into that murder ball, get that verification, misclick on it, and all my troops are dead. Lilith doesn't want people playing, they want people spending. So if a low spender is able to grind crystals in Home Kingdom, and they go into KVK, and they're starting out with some crystals that they can use right away, would that maybe not get them to, oh, hey, I've already got a good start on Crystal Tech. Why don't I buy this pop-up bundle? Just thinking out loud, right? Crystal Tech should be like a monthly pass. Spend $50, get the technology for the whole KVK. I mean, there is a bundle you can buy that you get crystals every day and during KVK, but I mean, $50 is a really low amount for maxing Crystal Tech, right? Another thing I would change is double inscriptions. Why in the world, and let me find a commander here. Why in the world the only way to get a double inscription is getting lucky, right? From opening an armaments chest or from doing your daily travels or your daily dispatching. If this legendary armament can have 2 inscriptions on it, why can I not take a legendary armament with only 1 inscription on it and add an inscription to it? If I want to add an inscription to this armament, it gets rid of the inscription that's already there. It makes absolutely zero logical sense to me at all. Okay, the only way to get a double inscription is by getting lucky. I've gotten lucky a few times, let's be honest here. But why can't I add 1 inscription to a legendary armament that already has 1 inscription? Doesn't make sense. Now, that said, I mean, we've got some very decent inscriptions. 7 is about the max you can have with the legendary on here, right? Got some decent inscriptions on this march, but still, it's a nitpicking point. Graphics, absolutely, that's another thing. You see Apocalypse Gaming playing, and they are on the bottom side of the map going against players on the top side of the map. There are marches he can't click on because his commander icons are in the way. So you should have the ability to tweak those, turn those off. Dot mode, icons in dot mode. What, like instead of dots, commander icons? I think that would just add to that would make dot mode not usable then. Why are you using Hunter on an AoE commander? Is it not good for AoE commanders? 5% boost to skill damage dealt, so that's all skill damage, right? And direct damage. Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I'm archers, baby. Archers, baby. I've got Hunter on Boudica as well. And we, we'll take these armaments and we'll flip them to different commanders if I'm using Ash to rally or if I'm using Henry to rally. It just depends. I mean, I get where you're coming from, Morningstar, but yeah, if they add those graphics in dot mode, though, is that going to make dot mode as laggy as regular mode? So, I mean, I guess you got, but that's kind of why I like fighting in a lower seed kingdom, because I don't always have to fight in dot mode. There are times I do. I don't have to. There are times I do, but it gives me the ability to smash those infantry marches as quickly as I can if I'm not fighting in dot mode. I mean, I never said I was the smartest player in the game, Morningstar. I just play it and have fun. In this KVK, if we should be lucky enough to win and get an Atra conscription, right? Where are we here? What, do I get another Hunter and put it on a cavalry march, or do I get the arch formation and put it on Lucci? Or do I just say fuck it and let somebody else in the alliance have it? I mean, to put it on Nevsky, I'd have to get rid of Iron Wall and Well Clad and put that on a different commander, right? You could always put an armament on here and put the inscription on it. But I have a double less normal attack damage and 3.5% defense already on Nevsky. Guan, we've got double inscription also, Bellicose and Enraged. So decisions, we got plenty of time, and we still got to fight in Kingsland. There's no guarantee there. Hunter on HQ is nuts. I've still got some purples on him. Yeah, we could throw it on him. I think I've refined this 10 frickin' times already, though. But hey, he can gather gold at 5% faster, right? I don't know. I do not know what I would do with that Autric, and that's the problem. I think I might just do arch formation, right? Especially if I'm running Lucci Scipio. But we need to transmutate this and get this better stats than 1.6, 1.5, 1.8, or use a different armament that has better stats to begin with on there. Oh, this is true. This is true. You're right. You're right, Brad. Thank you for keeping me honest. Yeah, you can't transmutate epics at all. How many? I don't know how many do I have. Nope, armaments, sorry. I think I just used them. I don't think I have any left. What was I transmuting the other day? I don't remember. So it's a slow process here for 24-29 because these guys got flags stacked. Again, I think they're just waiting for 2268 to wake up, and maybe they'll start putting pressure again on 29 down here, and it will alleviate some of the pressure on the top. But if 24-29 is to advance, what is this? 6 flags every night, it's just a matter of time. Transmutation stones, 100%. You will need those. You will need those in the future, and those. Yeah, don't buy those blue chests. You won't use those blue chests. These right here, yeah. I would say spend every single coin you get on a transmutation stones, even the purple chests. I mean, there's only a 2% chance to get a legendary armament. 0.48% chance to get a legendary armament from a blue chest. So, yeah, I would not get blue chests. Yeah, some of those epics are better than some of the legendaries you get. 100%. Which is why I still have some on HQ. What are these? I mean, 2%. I mean, that's better than any legendary I have that I could put in that slot on my second cavalry march. And this epic, 2.4, 2.5, 2.4. I mean, how do you get rid of that? This is Epidemic Sound, their heavy metal playlist. There's a link to Epidemic Sound in the video description, in the live feed description. You can sign up, get 1 month for free. Next month you would have to pay for. If your first paid month, then I would get a free month. It's all copyright free music. They have sound bites and stuff on there too for individuals who are subscribed to download. And welcome, Voltron. Good to see you. Lilith needs to respect Epic's trans rights. Should they give us the option to... I won't say it. I'll just shut up. Is it 7 days free? Not okay. Maybe I was wrong with the month. Yeah, I think it's only $9.99 a month, and it's well worth it for me because I use it on every single live stream. I mean, when I'm not live streaming, I've got Spotify on, or I'm watching somebody else's live stream, but. Appreciate that. Some don't like the heavy metal, but I enjoy it. Hell, it keeps me awake. Heavy metal. Lambo scared off the cancel culture. 102 likes. You guys fucking rock, I swear. $100 likes, you know what it's time for, right? Who gets them? Who gets them? Enable those memberships, Gifted. Enable those, Brad. Morningstar. Voltron, Ray, and Reaper of Doom. Congratulations, guys. You now have access to the Touchdown Club in my Discord, as long as your YouTube is linked to your Discord account. And there are a number of really, really cool emojis that you can use live on stream. I only get 70% of that back, so enjoy it while you can. The more members we have, the more emojis we can add. So if anyone is thinking about gifting anything, I would much prefer you gift memberships than any dollars here or there. I'm sorry, Luda. Maybe next stream, if we hit 100, we can do the same thing and you'll get one. 5 isn't enough. Go for it, SFA7. You're next. Show me how it's done then. Show me how it's done. You can drop 50 in the chat. Show me how it's done. Sparta 300. Here is the map. Water Camp has been burning Earth Camp flags sporadically here and there for the last few hours, not making a significant advancement. Wind Camp is cutting off territory and burning 875 up north. I think that is their focus. They have both level 8 passes that 875 originally had. 875 did take this pass over here from 2268, 166, and they have built some more territory down and to the right, but their territory is shrinking by the hour. I think 2268 is in their downtime. They've done a hell of a job defending some of these flags, swarming down every rally that comes at them. I think they are just buying as much time as they can till their players get back online and they can then try to keep pushing Water Camp. I think the only option at this time, while Earth Camp has a significant amount of territory here, I think the only option at this time is for them to get hyper aggressive and try and get Water Camp out. And for 875, just to cross their fingers that they can hold up here so that they can potentially 2v1 Wind Camp in Kingsland. Chances of that succeeding, I would say 10% or less. We've seen stranger things happen. At this point in time, I would say Wind and Water have a 90% success rate chance. But, you know, that's just me. Stranger things have happened, right? I hope the 49ers win. That's hard for me to say as a Packers fan, knowing that the Niners eliminated the Packers from the playoffs in several of the past few seasons. But their Packers are in the NFC, 49ers are in the NFC. I kind of hope they win. And honestly, you know, Andy Reid, coach of the Chiefs, he's from the Packers coaching tree, the Mike Holmgren coaching tree. I like him, but there's just something about Patrick Mahomes' wife and his brother that rubbed me the wrong way. So I would prefer, and honestly, I would prefer not to see Facebook post after Facebook post or television on Taylor Swift if the Chiefs win that game. You know, let Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce do their thing. You know, we don't need it thrown in our face every 10 seconds, every time there's a touchdown, every time Kelsey catches a ball. You know, I don't care. I don't care. You know, let them, two consenting adults, do whatever they do behind closed doors, but I don't care. I'm calling it now. If the Chiefs win, Kelsey proposes to Taylor Swift. NFL script was leaked. I have seen multiple Facebook videos with people saying, I know the NFL script. Half of them are the Chiefs winning, half of them are the 49ers winning. So, I mean, I'll be watching the game, right? Just because it's the Super Bowl. You know, I'm watching more for the entertainment value of the commercials. The halftime show, fuck that. I turn that shit off every year. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. Let's get AC/DC or Guns N' Roses or Metallica or something to play a halftime show. Then I might be interested in it. '49ers had the fire alarms pulled at their hotel on Thursday. That's funny. Usher and Reba sound boring. Yeah, the halftime shows have not thrilled me. I mean, I think the last one I watched was the Rolling Stones a few years back. And man, those guys are so freaking old now. Come on. I mean, I get it. After the whole Janet Jackson, Jason Timberlake deal, they gotta, I don't know. They already have you watching. They need a halftime show for the other half of the country. Yeah. for all the wives that are forced to watch the Super Bowl with their husband, right? Although my wife enjoys watching football. What's up? And forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Mr. Nayef. I'm from 2429. Easy. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys got a solid handle on this, and I mean, honestly, I have been quite impressed with your kingdom. You fight a lot like I do. You don't hit and run when targeted. You charge straight into murder balls. You split the murder ball up. You sad face your marches. You don't recall when yellow. I've been quite impressed with how you guys play the game, and my hat's off to you. I want to beat Travis Kelce if they win, just so I can see how it feels, Taylor, later that night. I would imagine after a football game, he's got to be pretty sore. You know, I cannot imagine after a football game, a hard-fought football game, you're going to be that into coitus that evening, right? I mean, I'd never played organized football myself, but I remember going out to a friend's house, and they had a place on the lake, and the lake would freeze over every year, right? And every year it was tradition. We'd play football on the frozen lake, get drunk and play football. And I just remember how sore I was waking up from that the next day. I can't imagine. Yeah. if 68 is hard for us, but 75 is easy. Yeah, I mean, 68's got a lot of territory here that you're going to have to contend with eventually. I think at this point in time, a lot of the players in 75 are quite drained. Just looking at their alliances, most of their players are in that 60 to 80 million power range. So they're only able to field, anywhere from 2 to 4 marches at a time. Whereas I think you guys are still stacked and everyone's fighting with, 6 to 7 marches at a time. And let's be real, most of them are higher quality marches. So, I think 75 is doing what they need to do. They're back building flags and trying to maintain as long as possible in hopes that 68 and 66 wake up here soon and can start pressuring you guys around this ziggurat again. So, but unless there's a comeback of major proportion, do not see a clear path to victory for the Earth and the Fire camp unless, the only option in my opinion is to full court press water, get water out, and if 75 still has territory in Kingsland, it turns into a potential 2 versus 1 there. But I think 875 is for the most part done dancing based on their power levels of their players. And it would mainly be contending with the remnants of Earth Camp that are left. But yeah, I told the stream about an hour ago, right? I'm not looking to migrate kingdoms. I quite enjoy myself playing with a small group of friends in 1029, but if I was looking to go somewhere, 2429 be at the top of my list. And I'm in 1029, you're in 2429. It's just right. 2429, 1029 works. It works. And I'll just throw this out there, right? It's an idea I threw past our leadership team in 1029 year and a half, 2 years ago. What if big kingdoms and up and coming kingdoms like 2429 had a sister kingdom, a smaller CC DC sister kingdom, where some of their players could go to fight in KVK there, but potentially recover and get some MGEs and get some commanders that they were missing and help grow their account in a commander perspective in a smaller kingdom. Now, players who have the passports to migrate back and forth like that are few and far between, and players who do that are going to want top spots in MGE, whereas our top spots would be reserved for people who are going to stay in 1029, but just an idea. If there are players in 2429 that need to work on commanders that want to play and participate and have fun in a CC and a DC kingdom, and be considered for, maybe top 5 to 10 in MGEs so that they can work on some commanders slowly over time. Something we could entertain. Have them contact me. As long as they play by the rules when they're here and they participate, and it's a possibility. I think many of these top tier kingdoms have players that do that, right? They'll jump from kingdom to kingdom, doing KVK after KVK, to get iconics, to get Autric rewards, to get commanders. So I don't know. I don't know if that'd be a thing or not, but 29, 29. Nice, congrats. I didn't sleep for 30 hours. Yeah, you guys were online for a long time. I know Apple did like a 24-hour stream. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's nice to have those. It's nice to have those Krakens in your kingdom, but it's a total group effort at the end of the day. One or two Babas, in a kingdom are not gonna single-handedly win a KVK. It is a total team effort. Boom goes that flag. Plug your ears. Here comes the nuke. That's a fair statement, Ray. Looking forward to seeing how much field presence 1093 has. The fact that they could only bring 800 players into that KVK, how does that change their tactics and what they do? That will be the next fun KVK to watch. Couple more flags here and this Abu territory will be cut off. And then it will just be this small little arm here extending down. So yeah, I don't think Earth Camp in Red has enough time to get Water Camp out. The one comment I made yesterday, and I'll stick to that, is Earth Camp, they pushed down into this area on that first day. If they could have just kept people motivated and kept people online and gotten Water Camp out in that first 15, 24 hours, man, this would be a completely different Kingsland. But, kudos to Water Camp. They came online and they pushed back, right? My hat's off to all these kingdoms. But looking back, and I know hindsight is 2020, if Earth could have done something just a little different to keep their players online and keep their flags, at a minimum, keep their flags, maybe not necessarily keep pushing, this would be a different KVK. Or a different Kingsland anyway. It may not have affected the final outcome, but the landscape and the fighting that was taking place, the only way to beat a one alliance kingdom like 24-29 is to spread them thin. Make them fight on multiple fronts at the same time. If you're working with your allies and you're touching 24-29 in 5-6 different locations, you're going to force players like we saw last night. They had a few players here defending a flag, swarming down every rally. It took 3 or 4 rallies for 2468 to 2268. Man, it's early. I'm getting my numbers all mixed up. It took 3 or 4 rallies to get a flag burnt, but they did. But if you can spread a one alliance kingdom along multiple fronts, and you're coordinating and launching rallies at the same time along multiple fronts, it makes it very difficult when they're porting all over across the entire map. Just my 2 cents there. Oh yeah, I didn't say they're not doing great, Felipe. My only comment for them would be, man, if they could have kept that flag line down into this territory overnight last night, the landscape of this would be much, much different. You know, and trust me, we're a One Alliance Kingdom here in 1029. And the KVKs that we have problems in are those that were spread thin and we're fighting on multiple fronts. You know, I will port wherever I need to port to swarm whatever I need to swarm. And so will other players in our kingdom. But at the same time, if they're coordinating rallies and they're launching 5 rallies at 5 different flags at the same time, spread all through Kingsland, that's problematic. But I mean, that level of coordination between camps and between kingdoms, that's another level. But it's a level some of these kingdoms will need to get to over time if they're going to face kingdoms like 1960, 2489, and potentially now 2429. 2605 you can throw into that mix maybe over time. Just my 2 cents, and again, I am no KVK strategy expert. I just speak from experience here, being in a One Alliance Kingdom. That type of fighting and being spread thin is what has been problematic for us in the past, especially if it's during our less active period. I don't think, I would agree. I don't think there's a very good chance that they pull off a victory here any longer. I think if things were done differently in the first 24 hours, they had a chance. Right? Like the flag line that Earth Camp had all the way down into Water Camp. If they had maintained that during their downtime and not let water push them back, the landscape of Kingsland would be completely different at this point in time. But again, hindsight is 2020. You know, nobody that I'm aware of can travel back in time and change the past. But yeah, my hat's off to all these kingdoms. They've given us a good show for almost 2 straight days now, and the fighting's not over yet. I don't think 2268 is going to give up and just fold and let their flags free burn. 1875 certainly hasn't given up. They're still putting up some resistance. So it's not over. Hopefully we get another afternoon. Maybe we'll be back this afternoon to stream some more. But for now, I think I'm going to call it a day or a morning. It's 6:34 a.m. We started streaming somewhere around 3 a.m. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on, all the likes you guys gave me today, for hanging out, for watching, for the good conversation. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I could not do this without you, and I would not have as much fun doing this without you. But I need to go get some food in my belly. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go get some breakfast. Wife is awake. Spend some time with the wife. and go from there. Unfortunately, I did not see anyone else streaming at the moment to send y'all over to you to, but hopefully somebody will fire up a stream here in the near future, and you will be able to keep playing your game, your Rise of Kingdoms, while you watch somebody else's stream. But for now, man, if I don't get some food in my stomach, then I will be grumpy very, very soon. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And we'll be back soon with another Rise of Kingdoms live stream. Until next time, have a good one.